is Tomomi Gariano, a certified Zentangle teacher. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is day 13 of Advent Tangles. So we are more than halfway through Advent Tangles 2024, and this is what I have so far. Almost half the spaces are filled with these beautiful tangles, and I said almost because I have 25 spaces, and Advent Tangle is for 24 days, so I have almost half the space filled. So today is day 13. Today's tangle is Yang, oh, I guess no G here, Yang-yin, so it's like in Yang-yin, and this is by Cassandra Dijk. I'm not entirely sure how you pronounce her last name, but let me zoom in as I show you how to do this tangle. If you look at this, the show note, there's a link to Advent Tangle group, and in there there's a document that has a list of tangle and links to the step outs. So you have these like flat rice grain or almond shape, and you're gonna have little dots, not on every one, it's alternating. So in between these two almond shape you have dot here, and the next one is gonna be here, and this one's gonna be here, this one's gonna be here. So you're gonna do every other space, and then you're gonna connect the end of this almond shape to these dots, and you do the same going this way like this, and then looks like you're going to aura, not the V, but aura, this rice shape or almond shape like this for a few times, and then you aura the bottom side. So essentially top side and the bottom side, you're repeating the same thing, and then from here you're gonna add another dot. So that goes like where this V shape is, and that goes where these V shapes are, and you are kind of sort of let's see, well, I guess if you could, I think, imagine this is connecting threaded behind here and coming out, threaded behind and coming out, and this is threaded behind and coming out, threaded behind and coming out. I mean, it doesn't have to be exact, and then you're going to aura these V shape however many times you want to, you need to, aura in or outside. So like this, I think that's it. So then it looks like it's kind of weaving. So if you want to do this really carefully, you can make it look like this. It's completely going behind, but you know, that may not be necessarily the goal. If you can make that happen, that's beautiful, but that may be a little too much. Let's see. So I still got a lot of spaces left. I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna add this one. I think I'm gonna pick this one here. I'm gonna pick this one here, and I'll draw my almond shape going this angle. So maybe I'll start around here. And I can't put that many almond shape because my space is very limited, and so I'm gonna have dot somewhere here. So I'm gonna extend this and connect and skip the next one. I think if you're doing a lot of them, it might be easier to have dots, but since I'm only doing a few, I'm gonna skip dots, and I'm just gonna do the V line going up and down, alternating like this. Kind of looks like a, I don't know, fox, like eye and nose. But anyways, and then I'm going to aura, so I'm gonna play with aura. Maybe I'll do this one really nice and close. This first one is really nice and close. This, and I do blue and add blue one. Like this, and then perhaps I'll do another blue one. I'm gonna do another black one really close to this blue one. So I'm going really nice and slow. Okay, so that's this side. And you can also do this, you know, going vertical if that's easier for you to aura. Like this. So whichever direction makes sense to you. So the first one is a really nice and close. And the second one's gonna be blue, right? Yeah, I think I did blue. And this next one, I'm gonna do blue again. And I'll do the next one really close to the previous one. I actually like this as as it is without the extra V, but this next V is gonna be here, right? Also, you can consider this as a, this is going in like this. At that point, it's more or less like return. But anyways, I'm gonna add my little V on this side, and I'm not gonna worry about connecting this this to this side, like making it look like threaded. I'm gonna keep it look like this is just a little something that's sticking out. They're kind of sort of connected, but not too concerned about this. So I think here I should have made this a V shape, but that's all right. Can make this work. And this side too. Where is it? I think it's here. Like this. And I could aura inside, but I kind of want to make this a little bigger. So I'm actually gonna aura outside. Ooh, I have an idea. So I'm gonna do next one in blue. So you can see my auras are not necessarily matching with these guys, and that's all right. I'm gonna see why that is. I'll do blue inside too. So I decided to make these look connected instead. So this one's gonna be coming through here ish, kind of, so I mean not exactly, but that's all right. So this one's gonna go through here. I forgot my blue. So at this point, I still got a lot of space left. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add maybe another V shape threaded this way. Or maybe something different shape. I'm just gonna do V. So this one's gonna go behind. This. And gonna aura. So this is an extra V shape I decided to add. So I think this this another one? All right. No, I think this works. And then can or inside, or maybe I'll go outside because I want to take up more space. Oh, so if this one goes outside, I guess this one goes inside. I'm trying to thread behind. So something like this. Okay. And I think maybe I don't know, maybe I'll continue to add more reshape. Maybe I'll just add another one here. Pretend like this is going behind. And this is getting rather busy. Just trying to take up as much as space as possible with similar element. And they're not necessarily threaded through, but you can kind of feel like this is going behind. And here too, I'm gonna add this little almond shapes. Just creating the illusion of another one going behind, but not really. I mean, yes, another one is going behind, but this one is not really threaded through anything. Just sitting there partially. So I think that's good. And I'm gonna add some shading and highlights, and perhaps add more blue after I'm done with shading and highlighting. So anyways, so today's reading I'm gonna read a little later is actually about Christmas baking. I feel like I talked about Christmas baking a few days ago, but it's a great American tradition that we do holiday baking and give out cookies and yeah, I guess mostly cookies. I love that tradition of getting all these delicious Christmas cookies. It's a great tradition. And I honestly am not a good baker. I don't like baking. I don't mind cooking. I actually enjoy cooking, but baking, not so much. And what's interesting to me is though my husband doesn't cook. Well, you know, we tried, but he's just not good at cooking. I mean, he can barbecue though, but if he tries to cook, you know, cooking is a multitask thing. You know, you have to be able to do, you know, cook multiple dishes at the same time, or even cooking one single dish. If you are a single task person, which I think most guys are, it takes a long time, because then, you know, you chop everything and then you move on to next task. Perhaps you chop everything and you wash everything, or maybe you don't wash anything. and then you start cooking something, and then you well, actually you measure everything, and then you chop everything, and then you measure again all the seasonings, and then you mix them, and then you heat them, right? And perhaps you wash all the dishes and cooking utensils. But the way I cook, or most women cook, you know, when we're used to cooking, is you're managing multiple tasks simultaneously. You know, as you chop your veggies, you know, you start throwing those in the pan, and then you chop some more and you add it to the pan, and then and then you measure your seasonings and add it to the pan, and as you're done with certain utensils, you know, while things are getting cooked, you wash your utensils, and it's just, you know, a lot of things are happening simultaneously. So when I'm done cooking, you know, I'm usually cooking at least two things, and perhaps I am maybe not everything, but at least 70-80% done washing all my cooking utensils and things I no longer need. So I do that as I cook. But anyways, but baking is a different game. You have to measure everything, right? And then you have to mix it, and then you put it in the oven, and then you wait. Well, you have to preheat the oven. You wait a certain amount of time and make sure the temperature is right, and then you put it in the oven, and then you wait. And it's a very, to me, feels like a very single task. And everything you do, you have to be precise. You can't just do like cooking, like, oh, I'll add this, a little bit more of this, and a little bit more of that. So when it comes to baking, I was surprised to discover my husband is a much better baker, because he actually precisely, like really precisely, measures things. Unlike me, I'm like, well, you know, this is about this much. So we have a digital scale, so he measures everything precisely. So whatever he bakes, it turns out really nice, and it's really delicious. So I mean, he doesn't do a whole lot of holiday baking, but he's done some holiday baking, and it's always really nice. So I'm sure like everybody has their favorite family holiday baking recipes, and or maybe you try different ones every year. I don't know, but it's fun. And we currently actually don't even have an oven. That's something I miss. So I don't do baking here in Japan, but we do have lots of good bakeries and patisseries around throughout the town, and they're just so good and so intricate and very pleasing to the eyes too. So I'm like, why bother? You know, let the professional do their magic. So I'm quite happy with letting the pros do all the baking, and I'm happily paying for it. So anyways, I'm gonna add a little more silver here to make this a little more festive. And I'm almost done, and I may actually ink in the background as well to match with the other tangles around, but I'll decide that later. But today, so we're talking about Christmas baking. It says Christmas and baking definitely go hand in hand. No one can resist the smell of pie in the oven. As a way of preparing Christmas, people used to fast on Christmas Eve. Oh, I didn't know that. So when Christmas morning arrived, they were very hungry. A typical breakfast used to be porridge. However, over time, things like dried fruits or honey were added, then flour and eggs were added, and it became more like a sweet loaf of bread or fruitcake. Ephesians 5:2 says, Christ also loved you and gave himself up for us, an offering and sacrifice to God as a sweet-smelling aroma. Jesus was born in the town of Bethlehem, which literally means house of bread, and he would later be referred to as a bread of life. Like bread, Jesus nourishes our heart with hope, forgiveness, and love. Think about what your favorite holiday treat is. Why do you think we bake more around Christmas time? So let me know what your favorite Christmas treats are, and I think I'm gonna ink in the background, but I will see you tomorrow for day 14. Thank you for watching. Bye now.